Welcome to this video review of the Valiant stove fan. A reasonably priced stove fan at £45 sterling. This fan comes in a lovely, well packaged box. Information on the box give the height, the width and the weight of the product. The height of the product is 23 centimeters high by 20.5 centimeters wide. On the box there is some important information detailing you how to make the most efficient use of this stove fan. Let's open it up and have a look inside. As you can see, the fan comes well packaged. And inside are two information booklets for you to have a read of. This is the FIR 300 stove fan. Notice there is no assembly required. The fan looks aesthetically pleasing in a matte black and has a lovely little handle design for ease of use when lifting off of a hot stove. The fins are ridged to provide further conduction of heat, and as you can see there is a ceramic plate in amongst the two metalworks. This is a two blade fan that works well. Now I shall show you it in use on a potbelly stove. Let's see the stove fan in action. As you can see, this potbelly stove is operational and is very, very warm. Current temperature on the top 162 Celsius. Normal operating temperature for this fan for the FIR 300 is 100 degrees C. Now I shall put this on top of the stove fan, on top of the stove, and I shall place it just offset from the stove pipe leading to the vent. The purpose of this is so that the cold air can come past the stove up pipe and project all the heat that's coming from the potbelly stove itself. Now, as I say, current temperature of the top of the stove is 150 degrees C. It will take a little time for the heat to be transferred through into the stove body itself, and once that has happened, the blades will start to move. Once moving, the blades are near silent and will enable you to be sitting in one side of the room and have the heat propelled across the room towards you. This is a very efficient stove fan, as by projecting the heat across the room, you should not need to use many logs or many pieces of coal to keep the room warm. The heat will be propelled across the room by the fan itself. The design of the fan is very sleek and sits quite nicely on top of the stove. The fins at the top of the heatsink enable the heat to transfer from the stove itself up towards the fan blades, allowing the heat to be transferred into the cold air that passes through the blades and then heats up and propels it towards you in the other end of the corner. As you can see, the fan has now reached temperature and is starting to propel the air across the room at a very good speed. The hotter the surface of the fan heatsink itself, the faster the blades will turn. Obviously, this means as well as when the cooling of the stove happens, the fan will slowly start to slow down until completely at a standstill. The good design of this fan is because it uses a ceramic plate that goes on the heatsink, it creates its own current which turns the generator in the fan itself. So there are no need for any batteries, there are no need for any mains or electrical current, because the FIR 300 Valiant stove fan can produce itself enough current to turn the generator and the fan on top. This has been a product review. My name is James Farrington. I rate this 5 out of 5 for both value and efficiency.